Oguntoye. We start off from the National Assembly, where the House of Representatives ad hoc committee probing the activities of the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council, PFIPC, has handed the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Diso, 48 hours to produce the self-acclaimed Director General of the organization, Adeyemi Adeniyi. This is on a day the Accountant General of the Federation, Shamsuddin Ogunjimi, insisted that a forged State House letter accorded fake agency recognition. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa has more.
The committee resumed sitting in continuation of his assignment. Nigeria's police chief, Olatunji Diso, is represented by Assistant Commissioner of Police, Bashir Abdullahi. He told the committee that the force had investigated petitions alleging that Mr. Adeniyi falsely presented himself as Director General of the Presidential Economic Advisory Council and the Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council. The police further confirmed that signatures on documents purportedly issued from the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President did not match authentic official signatures.
So other security agencies are also undergoing carrying out investigations with respect to this matter. So I think, Mr. Chairman, I will seek your permission to keep the matters as they are, because we don't want to say things that are under investigation. It is definitely going to prejudice the ongoing investigation.
But the committee says it must have an audience with the purported Director General, directing it must be brought before it on Wednesday.
For clarity of our submission or our findings, including our recommendation, the committee hereby resolve that the Inspector General of Police do kindly present Mr. Adeyemi Matthew on Wednesday by 12 noon.
Also before the panel was the Accountant General of the Federation, Shamsuddin Ogunjimi. In his submission, Mr. Ogunjimi told the lawmakers that a forged State House letter was used to obtain official government recognition. He disclosed that no fund has been released from the 1.3 billion naira 2026 budget for the agency since it failed to meet other necessary requirements.
What the fake agency did was to submit a fake act, so we can call it fake now because we have seen it to be fake. Fake act purportedly enacted by National Assembly, fake letter of appointment, everything that was submitted to the leadership in Treasury was fake.
Lawmakers expressed concern over how the purported agency was able to navigate several layers of government bureaucracy without raising suspicion. The committee said it has so far uncovered 29 fake documents in respect of the unestablished agency.
Started from the Office of the Economic Advisor to the President. At what point did they transform to this fake agency? And the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation could not understand that that office is not existing again, and another office has taken over under the same office.
So we will equally go deep to ask him as to why do we have a letter emanating, genuine letter emanating from Office of the Chief of Staff with his authentic signature corresponding with even some of the document Chief of Staff signed as a Speaker of the National Assembly. The signatures have been consistent.
As the investigation continues, all eyes are on the IGP as he is expected to bring the self-styled Director General of PFIPC on Wednesday. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Let's talk to lawyer Evans Ofili for more on this development. Mr. Ofili, thanks for joining us on the news tonight. The interesting development here is that an 8-count charge has already been filed against the self-acclaimed DG before the Federal High Court, the same time the House is asking the police to present him in 48 hours. Do you see any conflict of interest here, and what's the position of the law?
No, there's no conflict of interest. You see, as much as the case is sub judice, because it's already in court, there is no direct legislation saying that if a matter is in court, the House of Rep cannot make inquiries into it. What the House of Rep must not do is to preempt the court or prejudice the court's activity. But if you look at section 88, section 88 and 89 of the 1999 Constitution, there are clear provisions of the Constitution that empowers the National Assembly to summon anybody, get on oversight function, and do what exactly the House of Rep is calling for. That's a constitutional matter on its own. Okay, as the issue of sub judice is a principle of law. It is a voluntary restraint. Okay, that when a matter is in court, you are not expected to be talking about it, to be preempting the court, or to prejudice whatever the court is doing in the matter under reference. Okay, but in the case, the National Assembly have done no wrong, the House of Rep have done no wrong whatsoever, to have made that demand, because their quasi-judicial function is also important. In this case, they must carry out their oversight function accordingly. So there is no conflict.
So what role does the police play here? One would think that the suspect in question is being detained by the order of the court, right?
Yeah, the police is playing a prosecutorial role, okay? And that role is very important because it is tied to investigation.
No, I mean as regards the order by the House of Reps that it should be brought in 48 hours. What is the police expected to do?
I think he's still in the custody of the police because I don't think he has been remanded.
Okay.
I don't know if he has been remanded, but since it is the police that is prosecuting him, okay, the House of Rep is still under proper cover to have made that demand to the police because they are the prosecuting agency here. Okay, so they can produce him. Okay, even if he has been remanded, they are still the prosecuting agency. Okay, so it is not wrong for the House of Rep to make such demand directly to the police to so do.
We saw before the panel earlier today the Accountant General of the Federation who told lawmakers that a forged State House letter was used to obtain official government recognition for the fake agency. Lawmakers have also now expressed concern over just how the purported agency was able to navigate several layers of government bureaucracy without raising suspicion. People have also asked, how did this even, get appropriation if it's not legal? What do you make of all of these details that are beginning to come out to the public?
Well, I think this matter is sub judice. It is under investigation and is before the court. Okay. Whilst we are not expected to prejudice the court or to talk about the outcome, we can talk about the facts. Okay, the fact in public domain. Okay, the court have not declared any of those documents fake so far. Okay, that's coming from the Accountability of the Federation, from the police, the allegations and counter allegations. And the suspect himself have made confessional statements, both the ones he made online, the one he made at the police stations and all that. Okay, have been detained before, had a statement. Okay, so the stories are much, and it is only the court of law that have the judicial authority to unpack all that has happened. Okay, so that inquiry will be made. The police will substantiate their case with investigation. They can't just be saying it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. They have to prove how it is fake. Because if you are saying a document is fake, you have to prove how that document is fake. And that is the prosecution's case to so do. And they must do that beyond reasonable doubt. Okay? And if they are accomplices and whatsoever in the matter, as time goes on, we're going to come to those issues where people will be subpoenaed and all that. I know that for sure because the man couldn't have done all those things alone. There must be a cartel that undergirded how he was able to pull through all these issues. But as for saying the documents are fake, this other document is fake, he presented a fake act and all that, nobody had that authority to declare any document fake or genuine until you have proven it before the court that it is fake, until it is certified so by the court. Then that is when we can now say, okay, what indeed was in contravention of the rule of law, and that same is fake or not.
Good place to leave it. Lawyer Ivan Sufili, thank you for your insight.